The other night, I came home to a plumbing problem. This is a recreation because I didn't film it thinking it was going to be easy to solve. However, it wasn't. And among all of the things that I tried, snaking and Drano and whatnot, which is not on our usual menu, we couldn't get it to work. But what we could do is get the drain snake stuck in the pipe going from the basement up behind the kitchen sink. I tried everything, spinning it one way, the other way, pushing it all the way up, pulling it down hard, yanking it down, and I just couldn't get it to come out. So it was buttoned up for the evening, and uh, the next day I decided to cut the pipe to see if I could get a little bit better purchase on the snake and see a little bit more of what was going on. That pipe kind of dives in towards the wall and then heads back straight up with two little 45-degree elbow bends just at the top of the wall that you see there. So here's me cutting it off. I have a diamond blade in my Sawzall, shoving the drain snake up and down. Couldn't get it to go. Thought I'd have a look. Still nothing. Cindy forgot that the sink was out of order, and she turns it on in a second here, but I'm also trying there, and she goes there. I tried my electrical snake just to see if I could poke any of the clog free, but nothing worked. Okay, ready?
Yeah.
Got a plumbing project.
Ask the mail lady if she can.
Well, we knew we had the supplies we need, or at least we thought, but I wanted to have one more go at trying to release that drain snake. I thought I could come in through the P-trap, through the drain underneath our sink in the first floor, and unfortunately, the fittings were all quite old, so they didn't go back together as I had hoped. But Cindy's holding the flashlight for me. You can see this enormous blob of gook that came out of there. There was also quite a lot of rust. There's a big gook turd. And there's my disgust face. There's quite a lot of rust in the bottom of the P-trap when I took the little plug out. So that was distressing. I finally got it all cleared out. Went down to the basement. This is Cindy trying to poke the drain snake back towards the back of the wall to see if that would help, like changing the angle of the forces I was putting on it would help, but it didn't. So all I could do was just try and put it all back together again and find some other way to get the snake out. I was worried that I was going to have to take all these tiles out and open up the wall and cut the pipe out. Frankly, I wasn't sure what kind of shape it was in. So all of this was done with a little bit of concern, healthy concern for how much work I was making for myself. Unfortunately, you can see there, in trying to reconnect these parts, they were just not holding anymore. And it was clear that somebody had done some repairs, and there was fabric and stuff shoved in those threads holding the P-trap to that sort of Y fitting. And try as I might with some Teflon tape and plumber's putty and tightening it and retightening it, it just didn't hold that Y part to the P-trap. So off we had to go to the hardware store, and we were luckily able to find a replacement. So I came up with a new plan. I got a replacement 1/4-inch drain snake, and I rented a plumbing inspection camera and decided to see if I could approach the clog from the roof drain vent pipe. So here I am putting my inspection camera down the pipe for the first time. And I've got my 1/4-inch drain snake running there as well, and I've squirted some water down there, and you can see as this camera moves forward that it's knocking off some debris and that beautiful silvery pool is a clog. It's a pool of water suspended above a clog in this pipe. So I went back down to the basement and tried to get my broken drain snake piece out of the pipe. I was hoping to just pull it out through this little hole so I could leave the pipe coupled together in one piece and not be rained on, but that proved too difficult. So here I am decoupling the piece of the pipe that I cut out the previous day and exposing the drain snake. I did learn a little bit about unflattering camera angles through this project, so you'll just have to ignore that part. I tried looking up from below, but the drain snake just wouldn't fit. I also tried looking down, and there again, there was too much scale and stuff on the inside. So I put my new 1/4-inch drain snake up through the pipe, hoping I wouldn't get both stuck. Luckily, I didn't. I managed to kind of release a few drops of water, so I figured I should keep going, shaking that old broken snake and sending the new snake up. And the more I could shake it, the more water came out until eventually a whole lot came out. And it wasn't just water, it was a pile of rust particles. So now I'm sending the camera back down the pipe to explore what it looks like without the water in there, frankly. And I apologize for the glare on the screen. It was pretty hard to find a camera shot where you could see the video image. I couldn't record directly from the video image. So here I've just passed this bizarre ridge, and you can see there that opening is like the size of a dime. It's basically the same diameter as the old drain snake head was. So knowing that I needed to clear it, I rented a 5/8 inch drain auger with a cutter head on it, which I have to say was very heavy and difficult to get on the roof. Cindy had to sort of push as I pulled it up the ladder. Anyway, so I went through the process of snaking the drain, trying to clear the mineral deposit and rust deposit clog, and then inspecting it, and then snaking it, and then inspecting it once again. And at this point, the camera itself is sort of pushing a ridge of goop down the drain. It was a pretty tight fit for that camera. This is only a 2-inch pipe. So I decided to squirt some water down there and try and wash all of the loose stuff out of there. Of course, knowing that it would be landing on the basement floor because I had that pipe split down in the basement. Anyway, some more snaking, and a final inspection reveals some more goop, but a clearer hole, practically the entire inside diameter of the pipe. So I went ahead and made a patch to fill in to the space where I cut the old pipe out, and with Cindy's help and encouragement, I got to install the new pipe. Then I had Cindy run upstairs and run some water down the kitchen sink drain, and here you can see it flush some some silt out, and then the water runs clear, and our kitchen sink drains. This was a horrible project. I was sore for days after all the snaking that I did and carrying things up and down, but I saved an awful lot of money by not having to call a plumber, so there's always that. And thanks for watching.